Hello and welcome to this video on Git and GitHub in team. I will actually be two people in the practical videos later on, but in this one I will just go through the slides on how we work with Git and GitHub in a software team. So this will be super interesting. So let's move directly into the keynote. So here I am in the keynote, so working with Git and GitHub in a software team, and you can see here's Kokshen Yang and Feliz Fernando. This is actually a fake person. I usually use this person as a alter ego because I need to simulate that we're two people in order to actually work in a team so that you can see how it works. Starting with what we will do. This is more a practical lecture, so this will actually go together with the next lecture, which you will see. I will just go through the theory and we will go into the practice later on. We'll work in pairs of two people. So if you're watching this, you should grab a friend to work together with. Or if you're watching this yourself, that is also okay because I'm also simulating two people, so make sure you have two GitHub accounts. So one person creates a repository on GitHub. You invite the other person, and both clones the repository. So note that we have one repository in remote in the GitHub. It's cloned into two different computers, right? So we'll go first into how not to do when you're a team. Pushing to main directly, this is a big no. If you do that, people will remember you in a bad way. This person pulls from the main branch, and then this person push to the main branch. What can happen? This person push to the main branch, and we have some kind of merge conflict. Not good. Why isn't it good? For example, you have a merge conflict, or you make some accidental changes on the main branch, and maybe the main branch is connected to, for example, if you have a dashboard or you have an application that is deployed and your main branch is connected to that, that means that your end customer or stakeholders, they will see that something is broken. So instead, you should do pull request to main and have code reviews. So what can we do? We start with branching out. We'll go into what that means later on. So these are commits. So you commit in your own branch. So this is feature A branch. And then you do a pull here and you push it to main, or you do pull request in. Okay, so when the pull request have been reviewed and approved by the other member, then it's inside of the main branch. So pull from main before doing pull request. Why is that? Because this could happen. So this person also branches out, feature B branch, does a pull, and then we have a merge conflict. So if you get a merge conflict, fix it in your own branch. Don't sabotage the main branch. So you fix it in your own feature branch before you merge in. And then when you fixed it, you have new commits. Let's see. Yeah, you have new commit, and then you can do pull request into the main branch. And pull request, it's a strange name, yes, because maybe you feel like it's a pull, like you're doing git pull. But actually, pull request, you can think of it's the main branch that wants to do pull from your feature branch. Okay? So that's why it's called pull, or maybe not why it's called pull request, but that is how I would remember it, at least. So when you want to create a branch and work on your feature in your branch. So in order to do that, you can have git branch. This will check all the branches. So list the existing local branches. Note that we have local branch and we have remote branches. So here we have a few branches. You can do git checkout -b and the branch name. This creates a new branch and jumps to that branch. git checkout branch name. This jumps between branches. And when you want to push to your branch, you do git push origin your branch name. Okay, so these commands, maybe it's hard to remember just by watching this, but you will get practice later on. So when you do a pull request to merge changes into main, so first you have done git push origin branch name, and then you will see this button here, compare and pull request. So you can click on this one. And then you will come here. Use pull request to merge changes into main. So you type in your description, and then you should make sure that you have some branch protection rules so that this happens. So review required, at least one approving review is required by reviewers with write access. And merging is blocked. That is good, because we want someone else to review our code. We want to review other people's code. So set up a rule to have at least one reviewer to accept a pull request. So we will go through how to do that. And you go into something called branch protection rule. So you're inside of, you click on the settings and you come to the branches, and then you have branch protection rules and you tick in these two. And when you have that, this means that you review the code and you choose to either approve it, comment on it, or request changes. And when you approve it, you click here, merge pull request. And when you have done that, it's time for everyone else to pull from the main branch to the feature branch whenever anyone has done a successful pull request. This is in order for us to have our feature branch up to date with the main branch, so that the eventual conflicts, for example, when you have changed something in your feature branch and it differs from some files or some lines in a file in the main branch, then you will have conflict. And that's good that the conflict happens in your feature branch. Then you fix it. And fixing it, you talk to the other person, of course. You figure out, do we want those changes or we want our own changes? Or we want both? So you do git pull origin main. In this case, you will have the updated code and can continue working on your feature. Yeah, if there's a merge conflict, you handle it in your own branch, not in the main branch. So choose to accept the incoming changes, your change, or both. So this you can do in your editor in Visual Studio Code. When there's a lot of branching, you can see a graph of the branches. For example, what has happened here when you branch out, etc. And GitHub projects can be used as the team's Kanban board. So it can be used as a tool for working agile or working according to Kanban methodology. In the project, you can create a new project, choose a Kanban board, and you will get this Kanban board. And you can see here, backlog, ready, in progress, in review, done. To simplify, I usually have backlog, to do, doing, and done. Maybe I don't have review if it's a very small team. But the review, you can place it so that other members can review it. So it depends on how you want to work. But basically, you create tasks. You move the tasks depending on the state of the task. You can choose the assigned person. So which person is assigned to the task. So Kanban board tasks can be moved to different states. And one important thing is that you can also connect the tasks to issues, which I will also show you later on. So here, you create a new task. So copy in skeleton code from 12 packaging, for example. So then you can have subtasks in your tasks. These are subtasks. And also, you can choose to convert it into issues. So here you can see create new issue, command enter. And then the issues, they are found in your code repository. And the issues can be linked to the tasks so that when you finish a task and you do a pull request, you can actually choose which issue that has been fixed. And that will connect to the task so that everything moves to done whenever it's fixed. So in this way, working in this way with issues and with Kanban board, it actually creates a documentation by itself. This is quite interesting, so that you will have a ongoing documentation, which will make it simpler when you're onboarding new members to your team, or when you want to go back and watch. So this requires that you have clean, quite good commit messages, good tasks messages, and good issues so that they are well documented. It will simplify later on, even if it may sound tedious and hard in the beginning, but trust me, it's worth it. Yes. And with this, you've seen a little bit of theory on how GitHub and GitHub projects work for a software team. So we will implement this in the next lecture. So see you there. Bye.